start bringing a bat down here for that.
No, we can't have you with a bat. We spoke about this.
You're
No,
not
you know
allowed
why
to.
you're not.
You're not
Seriously.
allowed to.
I'm not even getting a brew.
Legally.
And just...
Well, you are.
Oh, you ordered me a brew.
We've got a crack team of producers working on it. They're just watching a...
Crack being the optimal fucking word here.
Exactly.
Doing a lot of the lifting.
They're just watching a YouTube
Everyone at
video.
home, right? I've been amazed at how many people we've employed for starters that when you say T2 please, glaze over. What does that mean?
Ethan asked
Are
me.
you talking about gravity?
Ethan said, "Is that some kind of graph you're talking to me about?" Then
He just had to spell out the word T to eat
I
it.
say TEA for
Break-
T2, and then what could the 2 mean? Lost.
How do you get
Put it in
to
2 cups. I don't fucking know.
how do you get to a situation where you're in the same building as Ronaldo Brown and he's not the most inept person in
Do
it?
you know what? There's multiple
Like,
instances of this.
How has that happened?
Cam Waters, now employed by Manchester United, didn't have a fucking clue what T2 meant either. I'm pretty sure Callum over there didn't know what it was either.
Callum, did you know what T2 was?
I think Callum did.
I don't think
Yeah,
he did.
he's been on a course.
I wonder if there is a life lessons course like that.
If
'Cause
there is, can we
can
send
I send Ronaldo
Yeah.
and can we vlog it?
Yeah, 100%. Seriously,
do
and I've got a
that.
few
Hang on,
others
here
you
we
can
go.
tag along with him.
Do you know we need to take him to an aquarium?
Why?
Well, obviously Blake's at the sort of age now
Thank
where
you,
she's
Lewis.
discovering other animals apart from cats and dogs.
love
So
that.
it's a
Love all
perfect
that.
time in her mental development to take her.
Yeah.
And then there's the degree holding Ronaldo Brown, who's also at the same level of mental development
Has he got sugar in it?
and wants to go. It was just, I think he was in the middle of an XG files. Was just like, honestly, what the fuck is
What
that?
is this?
That looks like you've warmed up pond water, lads.
Have we put milk in this?
Mine looks all right, but half of it's missing. Look at that.
Have you put milk in this?
Look,
Like, can we even see that? Can you? I don't think
I
you can
can't
see it.
tilt it enough because
I'd put it on the desk. It's not going to
Yeah.
make it any worse.
No,
Just
no.
put a little bit of milk in there.
Repair it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you doing a very good job.
Get
Welcome,
the fucking
everybody.
newts out of it if you get a net.
Hey, stick a bit of milk in and put an extra sugar in there. I don't trust him.
Fuck me.
Don't worry, you've not missed any football.
So yeah, so
talk yet.
Ronaldo's at the same mental development as my 3-year-old. So
Are you
we
worried
think
about your 3-year-old? I know Ronaldo's 22 with a degree, but are you a bit like to his 3-year-old? You're embarrassing me now. Hey, come on, Ronaldo knows half of these.
cow goes moo.
Right, Ronnie, she's talking. Shut up.
So we're going to take them both to an aquarium, which is
Right.
going to be hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah, that is going to be hilarious.
Because Ronaldo's going to be like, whoa,
I don't think I've ever
there's a
met-
fish. You know that's coming out of his mouth, don't you?
There's fish there.
Oh,
Is that a
shit.
shark?
Hey, there's a fish here.
What worries me with Ronaldo?
No way snakes could swim.
When you two together, I say this all the time, right? Ronaldo will say something that's outrageously stupid, right? And I love Ronaldo, he's a top lad. But he'll say something ridiculous and Steve will be like, talking. Ronaldo will say it, so Steve will go, so I went down the road and I was chatting to the guy and then Ronaldo will say something stupid and Steve will go, and the guy said to me like, and he just doesn't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And
'Cause you
I'm
have to
like,
keep moving.
Well, why have you not? And he goes, I'm just taking notice of him. Ignore him. It's for the best. I'm like, right, okay. Because he is a clever guy. He just comes out with silly things. Quite a lot.
Got new car keys on it today.
Don't. I had to help him look for him. It was horrible last night because he came back here looking for his car key. He'd lost his car key and he parks. Ronaldo's got this new approach to parking. Thank you, my love. He parks in Cheetah Mill, basically. And I'm not exaggerating.
far away.
He parks the other side of Strangeways.
I think if he just walked from his house, he'd be closer.
I think it is. I think he drives past work the equal distance to where his house is from work.
Yeah. Parks it in the ghetto,
Yeah.
and then walks from there, and he's amazed when he does mad shit.
I took him to. We went to that overlap live thing. It was me, Cam, and Ronaldo went, and I had to drop him at his car right after it.
Yeah, I
It
took
took
him
me
there the other day.
45 minutes to get there in traffic from the Apollo. 45 minutes.
You know what though? We came here, right? He was looking for his key everywhere. We got him a quote for a replacement key. He was asking the building manager. He was knocking on doors around there. We was looking everywhere. I felt for him, man. And then he was like, "I've
He's
missed."
not found it, has he? Had to get a new
No,
one.
and he had tickets to go and see Doctor Strange as well, so he had to miss that. He was having a stinker, the lad. I ended up getting him a Mackies. I felt sorry. I did. Bought him a Mackies. I felt sorry for him.
What toy did he get?
What? Yeah, it's one of them. Do you want a book or a toy? Sorry, a toy. Yeah, he wants a toy.
So he can
Yeah,
have chips, not carrot sticks.
yeah. That's what he was like. So yeah, I felt for him, man, but he's got himself sorted out.
Do the comments know what T2 means anyway?
Do you know right? Do you know what T2 means? If someone says to you T2, what does it mean? Also, what does it mean if someone says Builder's Brew? So, yeah.
Yeah, I'd struggle with that.
What would you say when I said Builder's Brew?
I think that's T2, isn't it?
I thought it was tea, no sugar, with milk.
Right.
See, so get involved in the
See,
comments
I'd be-
because
I'd
we're
be-
all three
I'd be a
people
bit
that have
lost
different
there with that
I
one.
know in the
opinions
army,
there.
the NATO standard, because NATO standard is
Look
like
at
a
you pulling
phrase.
out
in
your
it.
army
NATO
thing. Do you know what I
standard
mean? Like
brews.
chumping me there with
Fuck
that. Oh well, in the NATO official standard is actually.
But I don't think it's the official. But I
Right.
think it was just a phrase,
The
Right.
NATO standard
which was
brew.
T2. That's what everyone has. T2.
The NATO standard brew. For cry out.
It's a phrase.
Sorry.
Tell everyone what you're doing, by the way, because people need to get on this. Tell
Oh,
them-
so
tell
Steve
the
does
man-
his
tell the
Patreon quiz, the rundown.
On his channel,
And
Stephen House on
honestly,
TV,
I
check it
think
out.
he's had a slight stroke because he said,
I'm amazed you're
"Do
going
you?"
for this.
I
He's
did say I
asked
might
me.
regret this.
He's had
I
me
know you'll regret it.
and Patterson host it.
Jay, what you're missing is I'm just getting shit faced.
Right, that's a fair
Yeah.
point. But that I think that makes it. Is he going to be in the same room as you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on the table upstairs in the bar.
I'd sit near an exit if I were you. If he's levered and you're coming out the things you come out with when you start with him, and especially if he's got access to bottles and bats
So one
and
of,
stuff.
one of the rounds is going to be the best of Stephen Howson. And I
Right.
can't wait.
You might not make
It's
it.
going to be the
I don't
bonus.
think you will. I'm worried, and I need him for our channel. So for this channel, so can you at least leave him with some limbs so he can write and
It'll be
email people?
It's only a bonus round.
Honestly,
And to be honest, we've had to cut a few questions already.
So it's me and Ronaldo Brown,
oh my god, oh my
aka
god,
fucking Megamind.
this is yeah.
And Ronaldo's upset because Alex was reeling off the topics that he was going to go with.
Right.
And Ronaldo's upset, like, I don't know anything about golf. Like, completely misunderstanding the fact that this isn't a quiz that you're meant to win.
No.
Yeah,
This is a who can get drunk quickest.
exactly.
And
It's
it's-
not
Oh,
exactly.
that's
The
the
round-
game I'm playing at
The
least.
round
anyway.
is going to be how stupid can I make these look by asking the most simple questions? And Ronaldo go, what? That's
So
the plan.
it's me and Megamind against Janine and Sophie.
Okay.
I can't wait. It's going to be great fun.
Golf
When
round
is it? What day?
May 14th, if you want to get in.
May 14th.
We'll hopefully be celebrating Chelsea winning the FA Cup.
Right, I'm supporting and I'm fully. If Chelsea win the FA Cup and Real Madrid win the Champions League, I think that's like.
If I could get one, I'd get a
I've never
Chelsea.
thought
And
say
actually, I'll celebrate City winning the league to a certain degree. I mean, I'm not going to
yeah,
the parade. I'm not
no.
doubling the numbers at the parade.
yeah. Nice.
But,
Yeah.
because all of this quad talk can fuck right off. Because if they end up with a League Cup after the fucking quad, they've spoke about the quad more than we spoke about the fucking treble.
Do you know what though? It's funny, innit? When you watch old videos like football matches, like towards the end of the season, and you'll see the commentator saying Nottingham Forest they're on for a unique treble, and you'll look back and they won nothing that season, and it'll be like they were second in the league, they're in the FA Cup semi-final.
Arsenal was
and
on for a quad
Yeah.
for 7 or 8 years in the middle of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And won fuck off.
exactly. Even their greatest ever season ended with one trophy. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, I don't remember like 99 and whether the talk of the treble. I remember the occasion.
How old
but
were you
I
then?
don't remember. I was 7.
You should have
First
been.
time I ever
6,
heard the
sorry.
word treble, my dad said it, and it was.
Let me guess.
I
Let
wanna
me
say-
guess.
No, it wasn't. It
Was it
wasn't
not?
99. It was. I think it was in 96. What happened to us in Europe in 96?
We were in it
Maybe it was 97.
because 95 we finished second to
It
Blackburn.
wasn't 99. It was
90
either 94.
Oh, I'd say it was 97 and it would have been Leverkusen. No,
No.
Dortmund.
No,
Dortmund.
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 It was 95. And we won fuck all. When did we lose? When did we wear the green and gold kit in the final? Was it against Villa, League Cup?
Yeah, I went to that.
That was 95.
No, that was the 93-94 season. You're right, because we're the close until City won the domestic treble. We were the closest team to it because we lost the League Cup final. We won the
it's
FA
94.
Cup. Yeah, it was.
So-
sorry, you're right. I went to all those
Because I
finals
can
as well,
remember.
I should know.
First leg of the treble was what my dad was saying. He was the first person I
Yeah,
ever
because
heard
that was my first cup final at
and
Wembley,
we fucked it up.
and I couldn't
We
write.
didn't win a double.
That's that game.
Didn't win a kit. Didn't win a trophy in that green and gold kit.
Schmeichel was suspended. Les Sealy, God rest him,
Was it
played the
an ball
goal.
on the line as well?
Yeah, Andre Kanchelskis got sent off for handballing on the line. And it was one of those weird games like Kevin Richardson or whatever his name is, had the game of his life, and Sean Teal was like, looked like Matt Bereza.
Have you seen photographs of Sean Teal?
Well,
Looks like he's in the Peaky Blinders, mate.
Yeah, I remember him. Do you remember what Paul McGrath tweeted?
Looks like, was it Arthur? Looks like that fucker out of Peaky Blinders in a big way. Google him. Sean Teal, Peaky
Sean
Blinders.
Teal.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Paul McGrath tweeted when John Terry joined Villa? It was the most beautiful tweet I have ever seen. He said, John Terry coming to Villa, because he's a Villa aficionado. He supports United, really, doesn't he? But he's like, he played at Villa for years. So he went, great news about John Terry coming to Villa. he's up there with Sean Teal as one of the best defenders I've seen.
Amazing.
He's almost as good as Sean Teal, but not quite. I love that. Jeremy Young, let's try again. Member of the first team for 11 months. Thanks for your support. Also, get on this, right? John Shin. I like John Shin, right? But he's done that thing.
Fuck off, John.
Exactly. He's like, Jay, thanks for coming on my chat on my video.
Yeah, and I saw you say thanks. Why don't you just have to fuck off like everyone else does?
And then he's done that
up.
thing. I can't have lost it now, but he said, I saw that he said, do you want to ask Steve if he wants to come on as well? No, I'm not going to ask Steve if he wants to come on yours.
can ask him yourself.
Ask him yourself and stop being a muppet.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You Americans, you're the same, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You think we're just some little island you can bully around into coming on your channel whenever you feel like it? No, he's not doing it. End of. In fact, you can delete my video because you've annoyed me now. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I love you really, John. Yeah, my tune channel says T2 is Terminator 2. Right. Meteor 1 says Builder's Brew is brew with a dash of milk. Oh, but then Louis Hancock says cup of tea with 2 sugars.
See, it's confusing.
James Wood says, Steve, are all the questions going to be on the 91 Cup Winners' Cup final?
Fucking better be.
You're asking him out. We did that, though.
Not allowed to do. I've been banned from doing sports questions.
And he's not doing that. That's our thing. Not having that on with him.
No point, because that's the
It's
most
what's going to
ridiculous
happen,
thing.
right? It's you presenting, Patterson drinking,
Yep.
Ronaldo erming, and if Janine's anything like she is, me getting divorced.
And
She
you
was
go-
a fucking
you going
nightmare
all
on the last one.
one-eyed
Wow.
looking at me.
You know? Oh, you didn't see it, did you?
No, because I'm,
I'll send you a link to the last-
charging your friends.
I'll send you a link to the last 5 minutes.
Was she levered?
Unbelievably so.
Really?
Great. fun.
Because whenever I've seen Janine, I've been on these things with you, when especially on lockdown. So it seems like she keeps it together quite well, considering you're all sat there drinking rum every 7 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, there was at one point in the half an hour in or something
keeping
like
up
that.
with you's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
Come on.
And I'd done a shot, and I went. I heard the Eric Clapton cocaine music in my head. Do 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 do. And I was like, whoa, better fucking hold the bus here because I'm fucked. So I just fucking.
Right, when
just
he's
settled it a little. Do you know the
slowing
problem is,
down.
I put like a fucking pint. I have that big goblet thing, don't I?
Yeah.
You can't see it. You can't see through it. So you just go fucking. Well, there's half the bottle in it, so let's fucking call that it, and a dash of coke. Like, so you have no fucking idea what you're drinking, and you just get fucking cunted.
And you drink it like it's water anyway, because I always say this when me, you, and Macca were on the watch along together, and he goes to me, he's drinking this like tumbler of rum and coke constantly in the last 5-0,
Yeah.
and then he goes to me at the end of the game, he goes, Jay, between us three, we've gone through 2 bottles tonight, and Macca went, I'm driving, and I went, I'm a recovering alcoholic, I don't drink.
That's so really, Steve.
You just done in 2
know what,
bottles in 90 minutes.
I found the other day was
and then he did a preview.
the clip from the
That's a
Tranmere
fucking
game.
hell of a video, by the way.
Oh, the tram used to brokenbiscuits.com. Looking at each other, giggling, trying to work out the score between
No,
you.
you've not seen. I'll show you the Instagram story of Joe trying to headbutt something. It was in this corner. Him just going
Lewis,
face first into it. Yeah,
Can you do
brilliant.
a clicky linky for me, my love?
Just brilliant
Honestly,
stuff.
it was funny because you was when I watched the tram.
we went out afterwards. Did you
was-
come with us?
No,
No, you just sent me the footage.
no, the
'Cause I
Tranmere
was,
one,
uh,
just
No,
me,
not
you.
Tranmere. The
Oh no, you were
LASK.
going. Where were you going? You didn't sell
We
it
went
to
to
me.
Droylsden.
Yeah, you
You
went.
went
That was it.
You
That
went
was
to
what you said to
the
me.
Phoenix Club in
Yeah,
Droylsden.
that's exactly what he said. I
The
remember.
Fitzroy.
I remember
It's the
saying
Fitzroy.
like the Fitzroy.
Is it even alive anymore?
I don't know.
You went.
Patterson.
Come on,
Patterson
Jay.
used to work there.
Come on,
That's why
Jay.
we went there.
You were there trying to put your jeans on over there, falling into boxes. And then you got up and you were like, come on, Jay, we'll go out to the Phoenix Club in Droylsden. And I was like, as appealing as that sounds, I'm going to go home, thanks.
It's fucking banging, I think.
I know, back in the day, I would have been all
said
over
that
that.
Hey, that was do you know what that was? That was the last night out in the world.
It was,
Pretty
wasn't
much. It was like because I was away. I was in Turkey. It was like that was when the world collapsed.
Yeah, that was it. That was the
game.
last night out we had.
Because you remember we had Spurs, didn't we, next? And I stopped doing aways and I was going to do that away. Like my first away in years. I was like doing Spurs away. I had my ticket and everything. And then it got fucking cancelled. And I was like...
Then what happened? And Joe, that's the only league the Scousers have won in this great 5-year rivalry we're sitting. They won one league when all the rules
but
changed. We had
stop
5
like-
subs. Football stopped for 3 fucking months.
You're all too confident with all this. You're all like going
do you know what
turbo,
though?
they're only going to win
I
one
do like
thing.
what
Well,
you...
as it stands on today, the fucking 6th of May, they've
but-
won one
I
fucking
know,
title
but
in 30
you're going
years.
and it's all fine, and I just don't like that.
No, but do you know what, right? You have got kind of got a point because I see some stupidness, right? Like I see people saying, "Oh, if you're neck and neck on points, it's not unfair. You should like be a playoff and all that." And I was like, "Why? We lost it on goal difference."
Do you remember anyone saying that when United did?
No.
Not a clue. I went
They
home
didn't
and
say it when they
sulked.
beat United to it in 81 or whatever it was by 2 points. They weren't going, "Oh, we should have a playoff." They were going, "No, we've won the league." Do you know what I mean?
Didn't they only beat City by a couple of points when they beat them?
I can't remember.
Was it a few?
It might have been.
was
But
a few, 'cause
I mean, VAR helped out on that one, didn't it? I mean, you remember the old Anfield game where Pep was losing his mind? I mean, it was amusing, but it was like, come on. Some of them decisions were shocking. Do you know what I mean? It's like, listen, as it stands, you're right. I think they finished in the top 2 3 times in 12 years, and they've won 1 league in 30. So, you know,
Jay, I think you're being a bit dishonest there because it's the greatest rivalry of our time.
yeah. How can you have a great rivalry when one of you's won 1 league title in 30 years? When United and Arsenal had that rivalry, for 9 years, United and Arsenal were the only teams that won the Premier League. And Arsenal won it 3 times, United won it 6. There was a genuine rivalry there. We went back and forth with it. It was like, we'd win it 2 times, they'd win it once. We'd win it, they'd win it. Not, we'd win it, we'd win it, we'd win it, they'd win it, we'd win it, we'd win it, we'd win it, we'd win it. That's not a rivalry.
No, that was us and Blackburn.
That's like saying Leicester and Chelsea have got a rivalry, or us and Blackburn have got a rivalry.
Blackburn?
Blackburn Rovers. We haven't. It's just you've won 1 title during a time when another team has dominated.
And it was rarely more than 2. It was like 5 points most of the time. It was never. There's the odd one where one team ran away with it, but even still, it was always last couple of months.
The only thing I'll say, and I know this is being slightly sort of a bit too objective for this show, if in about 10 years' time, right? No, like 20 years' time, they've both won 10 each, then I'll give it you, and I'll say it's up there with United and Arsenal. But unless that happens, then
You're
I'm
up
not
there with
gonna say
United
that.
and Blackburn.
Yeah, all right, you know what I mean? All right. In the next 25 years.
I mean, literally. What is it? City have won 4, they've won 1.
Yeah.
That's literally us and Blackburn.
Yeah.
Because they came second with Blackburn.
They did. Well, Blackburn came second, then they won it. Yeah. Then they imploded. But
We can only hope.
yeah, this is what I mean, and it's like maybe they will do it, maybe there will be this thing, but it's not there yet. And to suddenly sign,
I know, maybe VADA just fucking revokes the fucking therapeutic use exemptions for inhalers and they're fucked.
Did you see that?
have you seen that? Yeah,
I can't believe you don't fucking talk
No,
about
I
it
know,
like
I
I
know.
didn't have a
No,
geezer
I know-
on 3
I know
years
you
ago.
No,
did.
you said.
You
Who?
literally said they won't retain that
The thi-
title.
the
And guess
thing-
what?
The thing is, though, when you have someone on, the very pro-United and anti-Liverpool you are, but that was the worst part about that was it was
Yeah,
2
two Liverpool
Scousers
fans.
go in.
Oh look,
What's the
here's the
what's
truth.
percentage of the country, and then what's it?
I actually
in it,
think he over-egged it. I
62%.
don't think it's. I think it's only 33%, but still, 33% of your squad being asthmatic as professional athletes. Paul Scholes is asthmatic, and guess what? Fucking looked it, right? Paul Scholes wasn't asthmatic and doing 18
He was
Ks.
asthmatic. He was
were
asthmatic.
asthmatic.
Put him in the Pennine Suites. Hey.
But you know what I mean? Paul
4 people
Scholes
that got that.
played like you were fucking asthmatic. Like, this is the they said it on that podcast, didn't they? This is the workaround for the Tour de France.
Yeah.
Bradley Wiggins is asthmatic, is he? How many asthmatics you
They've
know
got
do
banned.
200 fucking
All right,
miles on
Can
a
I
bike?
can I play devil's advocate there then and say this is obviously giving them a massive advantage. Last time I checked, Pep Guardiola isn't the most sort of honest person, shall we say, when it comes to this sort of thing. Why have we not seen City suddenly go, oh, actually, we've just checked with our doctor and 80% of our team are asthmatic,
I
so
don't
we
know how
can
many
take all
cities
these.
are asthmatics. I don't know if that data's out there.
Right, that's a fair comment because, you know, you'd think that they'd suddenly be all over that.
And I don't know how many of Leicester's title winning side was also asthmatic.
I'm going to put out there and say that they didn't play like a team that was taking enhancing drugs.
No.
Wes Morgan did not look like he was on anything other than
No,
burgers
but Jamie
and
Vardy
beers.
was fucking doing lines of Red Bull.
Yeah, but he did that for another 6 years. He's still doing that now until his hamstrings are falling.
Jamie Vardy's probably like one of the most freakiest footballers ever in terms of his career. The guy was an odd carrier when he was like 23.
Yeah.
And yet he's now like, then he went on to win the title almost single-handedly at the age of 29. I remember watching him against United. Remember when we played him, the Beatles 3-5 at their gaff under Van Gaal.
5-3 is
5-3. I don't know why I said 3-5. I don't know why I said that. It's like Yoda. 3-5 beats us, they did. And and I remember watching him going, he's shit at football, him. Remember when he got that penalty against us? Like, he's genuinely rubbish. Like, how is he playing in the Premier League? And I think he finished that season on 4 goals. And I was amazed he got 4. And then he scored 10 in his next 10 games in the next season.
Broke the record.
Yeah, I was like, how has this happened? I don't think it was asthmatic drugs, but you never know. We've got some sponsorship on this channel. Summer is here, the sun is shining, shirts are off, and your balls are smooth. You heard that right. Your friends at Manscaped Trademarks are here to make sure your beach balls are as smooth as Floridian sand. None of that muck you get down in Blackpool. I'm talking about Floridian sand.
Florida.
Yeah.
Who approved this, Reed?
Wasn't me.
Why? What's on Floridian sand? I've never actually experienced it, to be honest with you.
Where are the gimps from?
What?
What?
Where are the gimps from?
I don't know. Where?
Florida.
Oh, the Glazers, right.
Oh, them.
I didn't even put the
They don't
connection.
own the
I tell
sand,
you what, take your Floridian sand and shovel it. We'll have Blackpool
Rub it
sand
all
on
over
this,
your
shall we?
smooth balls.
Hey, in summer, you want to kill some cold beers? I don't. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Basically, what happened was...
Who approved this, Reed?
I said ginger beers last time.
All right, sorry. I was just going to tell everyone how I ended up in that situation, but fair enough. Barbecues, not kill the vibe, with pubes peeking out your pants or your swim trunks even.
Right, let me just have it right, Jay, right? Shave your fucking nuts. If you don't shave your nuts, your fucking ball bag is going to look like the back end of Joel fucking Glazer, right? Or what's the other one? No, Avi, the fucking ponytail baldy face. It does, because Joel Glazer's got like a decent head of hair, whereas the other one is going bald, but he's got a ponytail. Now, you're on the fucking lass of your dreams, or lad, because we support your fucking lifestyle, right? To be getting in your underpants and going, what the fuck is this little ponytail on your ball bag, right? None of that. You want to get in there and go smooth.
Yeah, you
Like
do.
Egyptian sheets.
Egyptian sheets. You want to use the Lawnmower 4.0, the performance package, the crop preserver, the Manscaped boxers with the anti-chafing technology, the tweezers, the nail cutters, making yourself look pristine, the shears 2.0. You get all that. You get 20% off. You get free shipping. All you've got to do is go to manscaped.com and /how soon, and you get all that jazz. Your balls will thank you. You'll look great. It's waterproof. You've got everything you need. You've got the LED light. Everything you can want to make your front bottom look beautiful is there.
And it's got an LED light means if you're scuba diving under an aircraft carrier, you can do your balls.
Have you ever done that yet?
No.
Right.
Have you not?
That's one on the list.
Surprises me.
And that does surprise
I
me
ate the
as well.
water.
You ate
Hey.
water?
Yeah. Mate, I was on a boat for 6 weeks, HMS Ocean. Shout out, you fucking helmets in the Navy, right? I wanted to headbutt a tail rotor. Honestly. Do you know the worst thing? The genuinely worst thing? I'd rather be in jail for 10 times longer than spend a day on a fucking boat. Fuck that
I
noise.
can't think of anything worse than being stuck on a boat with you in that mood.
I was walking down the corridor once and a wall hit me. Walking down the corridor, it got me mid-step and a wall just went bosh and fucking levered me.
Was it was a good time then, yeah? It's like a cruise, like a pleasure cruise.
Because obviously, I mean, this is a 20,000 ton boat, and we got one hammered by a fucking wave that fucking sent the ship that far that I got, and all the walls have got a shelf at about fucking rib height going around them as well. So I got fucking poleaxe in the ribs by a wall. And just fucking crumbled, like pissing myself on the floor, like what the fuck just happened there?
I'd love to have seen that.
I can't. I think I can't.
Do you know what the worst thing is though, right?
Honestly,
it's them fucking waterproof, watertight doors, which I guess you need in case that shit goes down. But they're at fucking shin height. Do you know what I mean? I want to walk 20 metres, I've got to go open and close 5 of these fucking doors, twatting my shin on the bottom of that fucking thing every fucking time. Hated it. Got to go up and down fucking ladders to change decks. Ladders! In this economy!
what were you doing anyway?
Hating it, obviously.
How come you went on a boat for 6 weeks? I thought you was in
I was
army.
I am army.
No, why
Part of the
boats?
illustrious
It's not fair, is it?
656 Squadron Army Air Corps, and we was proving that the Apache could work as an assault weapon off a boat.
And they proved it wrong.
We got our maritime capability. I fucking hated it. Proper double dog shit.
Well,
like the scran that you get. Like we had Operation Cunt, right, which was the continual undermining of naval terms, right? Because the Navy's got its own fucking
We
words.
almost had this video
Right.
without the C
We
word.
nearly did it.
Yeah,
didn't we?
timestamp that.
They don't call them toilets, they call them heads.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to call it the cookhouse or whatever. It's called the galley. Am I on a pirate ship? Is Nelson at the fucking top? Is he with a steering wheel? Fuck off the galley, right? I can't even... Do you want... This isn't called a brew, Jay. This is called a wet. A fucking wet! A wet!
And you're allowed to drop your Manscaped shaver into a wet. Use code Housen.
Right.
Get
So
20% off and free shipping.
I hated everything about being on a fucking boat. It was wank.
to be honest, it does sound horrible.
I was on a bed, right?
No,
that was narrower than my fucking shoulders. It was like a letterbox. You had to get out your bed and you had to put all your stuff on your bed because there's no locker space. You're on a fucking boat. And you get all your locker shit goes on the floor. 500 fucking people or something.
That's shit. How often did you get off it and go and have a bit?
Oh,
of night on the
never.
town?
Right? And not only that, so we're doing fucking flying operations and the whole idea of it was to do it at fucking night. So guess what? I'm not even seeing daylight, Jay. Do you know how much that fucks with you?
Right.
Because there's not exactly windows on a fucking warship. So you're just fucking sitting there in the dark with fluorescent lights like this. Do you know what we got into? Because it just come out, Lost. Watched the fuck out of Lost. And then I missed an episode because I had to do a bit of
What
work.
you want to watch on like a boat?
Yeah, Bereed.
I don't know.
And then I missed one episode and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Is it any good that Lost? My mum and dad know. I never got
It
into
got
it.
all over the place. No.
Did it?
Imagine there's people tuned into this and thought they were going to talk about Jesse Lingard.
What's their fucking fault?
No, we don't do that.
I don't advertise that.
Peter Kelly says, send it to Jay. Oh, sorry, I must have missed it. But what about John Terry trying to fund a statue built outside Stamford Bridge in honour of Abramovich, the massive bellend?
I'm surprised you said Abramovich.
Not himself.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I was about to say.
Yeah.
John Terry's funding a statue of John Terry.
Hey, he's tell you what, he's doing well on the NFTs, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he smashed it.
Hey, they've done really well then. I hope everyone, took John Terry's financial advice because he's well known for being astute and on the ball. Yeah, they've
Oh,
well
you mean
done.
the massive racist who was like making footballers into monkeys?
Yeah, that was a good idea, wasn't it? That went well. And when I pointed that out, he blocked me on Twitter.
Did it?
Shocking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't, say anything abusive. I just said, maybe it's a good idea when you are a massive racist that you shouldn't be doing things like that. This is so sad. Alexa Play Desposito says, didn't City hire a bunch of people that were in blood bag scandal at Barca? Could be completely wrong, but I remember hearing that a while ago. Ago. I don't know, did they?
What?
Did City hire people that were in the blood bag scandal?
I actually don't know about that. But for those not into it, I'm going to say something that I'm not going to say allegedly, and you're not going to flash allegedly up because this is all true. So, Pep Guardiola in the early 2000s was found guilty of using nandrolone while he was playing for Empoli, I believe, in Serie A. And he got off it on the technicality. The technicality was that you can't perform stability tests on samples that were over 6 years old or 5 years old, something like that. So he argued that the stability of the fucking thing was some mad little technicality, so they revoked his charge. And the president of VADA came out and said, "No, we accept that there's a technicality has been used here, but the possibility of nandrolone appearing over a certain amount of time in someone's urine tests is somewhere in the region of 10 billion to 1. And it would only appear from 1 nanomolecule to 10 nanomolecules, and he had 14. So he did that shit. Now, he blamed it on his doctor, said, look, I've only ever taken what my doctor said, which is exactly the sort of shit Lance Armstrong said. Rather than saying, I don't take drugs, they go, I've never failed a test. And that's different. And he was like, I've only taken what my doctor said. Yeah, that might be true, and he might have said take drugs. So he then... Right, let me put it this way. If you've nearly had a career-threatening failed drug test on the back of something that your doctor said, what's the first thing you do hire that doctor when you become a manager?
No.
It's probably about at least 5th on the list, isn't
Yeah.
it? So he hired that doctor for Barcelona when he became the Barcelona coach. And then, obviously, for those who aren't aware, the Dr. Fuentes case was happening. That was where Spanish cycling was indicted in doping, and the reason that was a case that got brought up is because the Spanish government had sponsored, I think, Spanish cycling, and that's why it was a court case that came up, because they defrauded the Spanish government by doping, essentially, and that's why this whole case existed. While he was in prison, Dr. Fuentes has gone, I've got like a whole fridge full of blood from like Barcelona players, Real Madrid players, and if you want to go test that shit, Spain will be giving the World Cup back, and the Spanish government went, no, don't worry about that, just burn it all. Now, everything I've just said is true. I mean, I might have got some small details wrong, but the broad brushes of what I'm saying there is 100% fucking true, and there's no allegedly required. I would say go look into it yourself. Dr. Fuentes, Fuentes, Spain, World Cup, Pep Guardiola, Empoli, nandrolone. Throw these keywords around and see what you get.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Yeah, going to have a look at that. Little Yo-Yo says, who has a worser ponytail, Avram Grant, Avram Glazer, or Stevie Wonder? Bit arse that, son. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Come on, it's not even a question, that Avram Glazer. Yeah. DC Bissell says, can I use Manscaped to shave my Tampa taint, my Buccaneers butchering, and join the Brew in Florida?
Yes.
Yes. Hisham Al Sayed says, sounds like Steve loved it, talking about your trip on the boat there, mate. Darth Watson says, do you guys think Jim Radcliffe could buy Man United?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get to though. Like, this is the whole problem. Is like United fans could have raised $4 billion, rocked up to Tampa, Florida, dunked it on Ponytail Baldy Face's doorstep, and been like, "Right, give us the keys, and you prick." And he could have just gone, "No."
Yeah.
It's not Tesco. You don't steam in, grip the milk, throw 20-something p at someone, and fuck off. It don't work like that.
No.
Talking of the absolute parasites known as the Glazer family, have you seen this with the Chelsea sale? They're bringing in a dividend ban and debt limits feature, which is being labelled the anti-Glazer.
I think if they're bringing it in, they make it retrospective to about 2003.
Yeah.
And then if you like, I think Abramovich is. I mean, I'm sure there's some fucking nasty shit going on with Abramovich and Russia and that here, but it fucking sickens me that they're getting involved to this level that they've just allowed the Saudi government to buy a football team. There's not 6 months past from that happening to this, and the speed at which they're fucking steaming in and saying like the new owners can't take dividends out for 10 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. 10 years. This is what they're saying.
They can't pay the loan back or anything like that to Abramovich. Yet, where the fuck was you while the Glazers were fucking the corpse of Manchester United?
It is odd. It is odd the way they kind of.
And you're calling it the anti-Glazer clause?
It's madness.
Get rid of the fucking Glazers and call it the and call it whatever the fuck you want clause.
Yeah.
They could say
mocking us.
I mean, doing that and then not coming back and saying clubs can't take dividends out if they don't.
How about your club's not allowed to be $1 billion in debt?
Yeah. There's a simple one. I mean, what would happen if they did come in with that
just forced Abramovich to sell his club.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, what could they do to the Glazers though? Even if they said, right, not retrospectively, but this is the new thing. You're not allowed to have this much debt. You can't have this. What could they do?
If they say, okay, as of June 1st, like 3 weeks time, you're not allowed to be $1 billion in debt. What the Glazers going to do? Or you're not allowed to be, I don't know, more than 50% of your annual turnover in debt. So that would put us at 100 million or so in debt. That'd be fine, right? So they would either have to clear that debt,
yep,
or sell us.
They're going to sell it. Problem is the problem with that is there not other clubs that are in the same position to a smaller scale?
No, there's only us and Chelsea that are in that level of debt. To my knowledge.
Is Burnley not a similar takeover? Has that not been the similar kind of thing where they've done the same thing, just a smaller scale? The worry, because again, the thing is, we just say, yeah, they'd sell the clubs. And Chelsea have obviously had like 4 bidders at $4 billion. United do it. But if Burnley goes up and you have to clear £200 million debt, and people go,
they're in it.
You shouldn't be fucking £200 million in debt.
Yeah, but
like we shouldn't be millions in debt.
No, you're right. No. But the club is not the ones that have decided that. It's these new owners.
And that's what the whole protest against these fucking leeches was in 2005.
Yeah.
Because it was only through the sheer luck. Now, you can call it good planning, and you can call it that they knew this was going to happen. They fucking didn't, right? They've been fucking terrible owners. Don't tell me that they had some crystal ball that they knew the TV rights was going to go to the fucking moon. Because if they'd have known that, Sky would have known that. And Sky didn't fucking know that.
No, did they?
So the fact that they came in 2 years, 3 years following the ITV Carlton collapse, which saw, we might have laughed at it because it was Leeds. But there was a very, 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 very serious possibility that Manchester United could have gone the same way. We was leveraging our earnings. That debt was leveraged against our future earnings because we weren't turning over 500 fucking million a year. No. So it was like, we'll pay that off on the never. Now, it was only by sheer luck that the fucking 5 billion in TV revenue came up because whatever it was in 2005, I'm not even sure it was at the billion mark at that time. It might have been 700 or 800 million for the league, let alone, whatever.
And since then, the amount of times another company's come in to, try and compete with Sky and failed and gone bump. Like Setanta Sports tried for a bit. I know they're still going in Ireland and stuff, but they failed miserably, had to sell the rights to it all. I think ESPN did it for a bit, didn't they? They came in and tried to do it.
It was a very, very, very serious possibility that Manchester United, if the TV bubble with Sky had burst, which hindsight tells you it clearly was never gonna, but I can't see it just going on forever like this. Agents' fees, transfers fees, wages are just fucking going exponential. I feel like we've reached a bit of a zenith where the TV companies go, we can't really squeeze much more lemon out of this. You're gonna have to. The next thing will be you're gonna have to start letting us just fucking put games on in Saudi Arabia and fucking Nantucket, like wherever the fuck they fancy. They're gonna have to, and it'll happen because the Premier League is gonna be like, right, well, you need to pay us $7 billion if you're gonna do that, then, because we're gonna get in loads of shit with our fans, and that's what will push it through.
The only thing that'll save it is the fact that someone like Amazon comes in and takes all these games, which they've done already. They've taken these things. If they come in and go, I'll tell you what, we'll take them all. we'll sell them per club. So you'll be able to go on Amazon and go, I want United for the season, and that's your season ticket through Amazon. You can have every single thing. That could be the next thing that kind of saves it.
I'm amazed that 10 years ago this didn't happen, because I remember seeing an article about Apple had patented sort of individual live sports sort of stuff, just like the way you buy a song, the way you buy a TV program on iTunes, that there was going to be some sort of a thing like that where you can buy Manchester United games and stuff like this. And this was like 2011, 2012. And obviously it's never come in to that. But I thought this
the only thing, the probably reason is because America already do the sport on demand for every channel. So NBC Sports, you sign up to that, you can watch every Premier League game by just clicking the red button, like you expect it should be over here. And the same thing they do with all the basketball games. Every basketball game is available. MLB is on your Amazon, your Apple TV thing. You just click on it and watch it. So that's been going. So I think they've just gone, well, we're not going to compete with that. We're just going to leave it to them.
Shout out to Michael Cox, fantastic author, absolute widge of a bloke.
I'm glad you put that caveat in there.
What?
Widge of a bloke.
Good author though. Don't have a fucking pot of glue what he's talking about when it comes to like fucking streaming and stuff. So he was massively in favour of the 3 p.m. blackout, and he blocked me for this.
Right.
He called me an internet person.
An internet person?
An internet person.
I thought you were real life. I thought you were real life, but you're not. You're just internet.
My fucking 80-year-old neighbour comes and tells me how he fucking streams the games. Like, don't tell me. He's like, only fucking 18-year-olds are streaming matches.
Does he downstream them like Nadine Dorries?
Yeah. Downstream your upscale movies. So the whole fucking argument with Michael Cox was he was in favour of the 3 p.m. blackout staying in place, because he was saying if Manchester United are on at 3 p.m, everyone's just going to watch Manchester United and no one will go and watch the whatever games. And I was like, wait, are you suggesting the fact that Manchester United play away, those 76,000 people go watch Altrincham? Like, because that doesn't happen. Like, there's no evidence to show that a United game on a Sunday increases attendances locally at fucking Stalybridge, Altrincham, fucking Hyde, wherever. There's no evidence for this. And actually, there's a book that I've just read called The Club by Jonathan Clegg, I think it is, which is a fucking sensational book. So the whole argument against live sport in the 80s, and one of the reasons why the Premier League even fucking came in the first place to show live matches was they only used to show 45 minutes of a game. This is alien to me, because my first game was 1990. I do remember things like the FA Cup being on, but it was only really the Premier League era that I remember. So live sports kind of been what I grew up with. Apparently, they only used to show 45 minutes, second half, because they said, if you show 90 minutes, no one will go to the games. But you know what's actually hilarious is the entire football pyramid, even though more games are accessible for more people at more times, like you can sit at home and watch the fucking 12 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, whatever you wanted. There's more people going to live games now than ever before. Like, collectively, across all, like, fucking these teams in non-league getting 12,000 fucking fans going watching them. Like, the whole the 3 p.m. blackout fucking activists, Michael, have just been completely fucking shot down, because the evidence suggests that even after 30 years of like wall-to-wall coverage of football, more fucking people want more fucking football.
It's good,
I actually think if you did give us a red button, 3 p.m, watch it. Like, the whole argument he was making is like, so United are playing away at fucking Bournemouth, right? Are you telling me there's only 1,900 United fans are watching that game? And he was like, yes. Only internet people like yourself are streaming it. I'm like, fuck you. My next door neighbour's like 90. And he's streaming that game. My dad's streaming that game.
I think it's the opposite, because I think if you put on more games at 3 o'clock, so on a Saturday you could choose to watch a local non-league team, and you watch them twice on the streaming thing, and go, do you know what, they play good football. You probably go and watch them. If you like you said there, but because people don't watch the football, they watch the highlights and see the goals.
It's keeping United's 3 p.m. games off.
Yeah. That's the thing. But that's the whole thing together. Just doesn't make any sense anymore. I don't think. Like,
well, the evidence is there. From what you saw in the 70s and 80s, football kind of peaked late 50s, early 60s, because it was extremely cheap, but it was still only the top flight. The third, fourth division weren't getting fucking 25,000 watching them, like happens now.
I reckon it'd be worth seeing now, though, after like COVID and stuff, because I do think United...
After what?
COVID. That thing that went around last
year.
year.
The spicy cough?
Yeah. If you do move... If United play on a Sunday, I do think more people are now going. So I think if you did that data right now, I do think there are more people going, mainly because also United.
3 o'clock, Butcher's Arms, Stretford, Paddock, come and watch us and then go watch United the day after.
We've got some super
That
chats.
better be a fucking move that you fuckers are doing next year, by the way.
Akash Solomon says, thanks for the great content as always, lads. The movie Everything Everywhere All at Once is releasing in the UK next week on the 13th. Highly recommend it. No RH cameo though, sadly. Haha. Ronnie says, in India you could watch all EPL matches, which is part of a Disney Plus subscription, which includes movies, series, etc., for about £5 per year.
What?
Yeah, Nanye West says, he's been a member of the Academy for 6 months. Thanks for your support. Says, love the channel, lads. Do you think Osimhen from Napoli would be a good striker option for us?
I haven't really watched enough of him.
I saw this transfer room the other day. We had it in our Paddock Live, and his numbers looked okay. I think he's the lad that was the most expensive African footballer of all time at one point, or I think he is. Unless I'm getting that completely wrong, forgive me if I am. And it looked like he did okay numbers, and again, my memory's terrible. I think he's like 22, 23 or something. So he's not like a kid. Okay numbers, looks like a bit of a risk, a bit of a punt for me. TJ99C says, heard City fans blame their depth for Champions League loss. Any plans for Paddock lads in Australia pre-season, especially Villa in Perth, because I'm there? Yes, we will be over there. Some of us will be over there, so we'll give you a shout, let you know the details, and we'll be doing some stuff over there where you lot can get involved as well, because this is your channel. Let's have a look here.
They're paying the rent then?
We pay rent? I thought we just squatted.
If it's that channel, they better fucking chip in for the
stuck
rent.
a section 6 on the door and just changed the locks. Have you never done that before? Come on, son. Alex is like a northern James Lawrence Alcott. Who's that?
I think so.
Who is it?
Yeah, it's James Alcott.
It's a Yochoba, Jay.
Oh, is it? Oh, right,
good.
sorry.
He's very good.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's a QPR fan, so he's harmless, isn't he?
No.
You're not a fan. Let's get into this. Go. What? What do you like? Why don't you like QPR?
I don't like QPR, right? QPR are the saddest bunch of fans in the history of association football. You sat there in the Etihad watching someone score a goal against you to win them the game for a team against you and celebrated it like you just scored a goal because you got to watch someone win a title. How pathetic is that? You actually cheered someone scoring against your own team. Honestly, I hope QPR constantly come up and get relegated again.
So I'll go one further though. They're not as bad as the Sunderland fans.
Oh, with the Poznan and all that. What is it with these small-minded, pathetic fans? There's nothing wrong with going to your club and actually getting behind your team and wanting them to win. Try that now and again. Do you know what I mean? Since when is Sunderland and City a thing anyway? Yeah, you're right. Matt G says, do we think CR7 could have a break clause in his contract if we missed out on Champions League, Stephen?
We'll find out in about a week, won't we?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere. By the looks of things today, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Do you know what's mad is that he came here at the same time he was supposed to build a hotel. One, they've done fuck all with that hotel. I'll tell you that for free.
Do you reckon he's seen where it's going?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you reckon they've took him down? Hey, let's go and have a look at my hotel. You are. Let's go and have a look at my hotel. No, you don't want to do
Are
that.
you moving these crackheads first?
Yeah.
Or what?
You don't.
Oh, no, they're part of the culture.
What's this? Why are all these people face down in their own vomit? Spice.
Don't look at the negatives. Don't look at the negatives.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why the rent was so cheap. Yeah.
It's the old Massimo building, isn't it?
Yeah.
It must have been £4 a year.
Yeah. Right. It is not nice around there. Listen, I love my city, but that part of the town needs.
It's shit in it
bulldozing.
because you come in from Piccadilly.
Yeah.
You go past 24 Greg's.
Yep.
Before you get to Ronaldo's hotel. You think I'm fucking exaggerating?
No. Yeah.
I'm not.
It's 24, yeah.
There's like a door, and you go, "That's a fucking Greg's."
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the big glass one when you get to the thing, and then on the next block there's and then on the next, obviously there's another one, and then there's like one where it's just like it's a secret lot, sort of like, it's like a speakeasy version of Greg's.
Yeah. To knock on the door.
You're not going to do it. Just fucking. There's a sausage roll just comes out on a plate.
Don't worry about it, son. Say no more. Hey, got you covered.
See, it's the good 80s recipe. Yeah. Still got the ears in it.
Abdullah Ibrahim says, I'm convinced the 3 p.m. blackout won't be needed if attending live matches were to be made affordable. I missed Bayern versus Dortmund because of it.
I don't think it's an issue. I think it's just some fucking weirdo old relic. Probably the same prick who thought putting matches on for 45 minutes was the answer back in the day. They've just been how proven have they been the transformation in the football from the mid 80s when the Scousers was winning everything to the anyway. But yeah, so look at the transformation and the quality of football from the mid 80s to to now.
I know, it's different, isn't it?
And people have been able to invest into the facilities. The Taylor report had a big part in forcing people to invest in the facilities, but like no one really has just done what they said they had to do in 1990. Everyone's gone fucking bananas on the back of that since. Most of them stadiums were built when Labour was cheap and fucking health and safety didn't exist. So they're not
like Qatar now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they threw these stadiums up in fucking 1900 whatever.
Yeah.
And then left them, and they somehow survived fucking 60, 70 years. And then that was why you got disasters like Hillsborough, like the Bradford fire. Because these things was put up by different eras, different times, and the Taylor report having a massive impact on stadium safety, design, treating fans like fucking humans, actually. And Joe, they did a study as well, which was back in the 80s, stadium toilets used to get twatted. It was just, you just have fucking urinals on a fucking skip somewhere because you knew that every match, 4 of them are getting dashed. So you just fucking have a plumber just fucking throwing your urinals in. Or you just painted a wall and put a gutter at the bottom of it. That was what Salford, the Willows used to have.
Yeah.
Fucking binging. A river of piss running down the bottom of the shed.
Nice.
Quality,
class.
What they actually found is if you put like nice toilets with good lighting and stuff like that in, they didn't get trashed. And it's one of those weird fucking things is like, well, I'm not going to put nice stuff in because they trash it. But if you put nice stuff in, they won't trash it.
Right, yeah.
Like one of those weird fucking sort of like dichotomies. And that was one of the things that they found when they started putting better facilities in, they got trashed less. People actually respected them because they looked like you'd give a fuck about them rather than just putting them in absolute squalor.
I can imagine. Connor Coleman says, is that by the Arndale Centre or am I way off?
No,
not far.
Way off. I mean, not well. That's the thing. Me and Janine was talking about this the other day. You can walk from one. This is why I hate that fucking congestion charge thing in town.
Go on.
No traffic's that bad in town. Even if United are playing, I can leave. Yeah. We're in the centre of town, our office, right? I can leave our office. I sit in a little bit of traffic on the Mancunian Way.
Yeah.
It's not fucking, it's a bit annoying. But Manchester United are playing and I'm leaving at fucking tea time in the middle of the city centre. If it ain't busy, when is it ever getting busy?
It's not like London,
and it's manageable.
London's different, man. No. London's completely different.
You're just doing it because you've seen them doing it. It's a way to fucking extra stealth tax every fucker. Yep. You don't need it. And not only that, you can walk from one side of town to the other in half an hour.
Have you ever driven around Paris City Centre?
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe, apparently no insurance will cover you on the Champs-Élysées.
Really?
Roundabout, yeah.
Right.
Well, you've been on it, haven't you? You've fucking seen it.
It's carnage, isn't it?
Me and my dad got lost there once.
Really? I dropped my mate off in Paris.
I did a tour of Paris. Salford was playing there, actually. Salford rugby team was playing there. They played PSG away, because PSG used to have a rugby team, rugby league. And we did a tour around Paris while we was there. And the guy goes, in the fucking Champs-Élysées. Is it Champs-Élysées? No, the Arc de Triomphe. He's got an eternal flame that they relight every day at 6. And you're like,
no.
Fucking eternal then, isn't it? The dickhead.
You should tell him
every
that.
Day at 6.
Every day at 6, yeah.
Every day at
Except
6.
Sundays.
We relight the eternal flame.
Andy Saints in the comments says, Elton Wellesby at 3 on a Sunday in the late 80s. I used to have a unhealthy dislike of Elton Wellesby. Craig says, happy Friday, lads. What's the best and roughest stadiums that you've been to? The roughest, just in terms of my treatment, would be Leeds.
I knew that would come in.
Yeah, I do. I know I've been to loads of stadiums and it's that one that sticks out. It was minging. It was horrible. Just horrible people.
San Mamés is the best stadium I've visited.
Is it? Yeah, what about you?
Athletic Bilbao.
I've not been to too many. I've not been to...
I'd tell you what was a dive as well, which, it's not the worst stadium I've been to, but it was crap, was the old Wembley.
Worst might be Flixton.
I've been to Flixton, yeah. Don't know the best.
Flixton's like fucking Chernobyl by the sea.
Yeah. Valley Road, isn't it, Flixton? Is that where it is?
Valley Road, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there any time. I don't know, best, been to a few decent ones.
I hate calling it the
best.
Allianz
is quite good.
I hate calling it the best, but the Emirates, when you go there and you go, look how much space they've got compared to the Old Trafford.
The seats are massive.
Yeah.
You're
like, there's
new stadiums
space.
are all like that, though, aren't they? Like new stadiums, you want a bit of comfort. If you're not
Wembley,
just
swing your fucking legs in front.
Yeah.
When I sit down at Old Trafford, my knee literally fucking needs the fella in front of me.
I'll tell you what, that's a shout out. The worst one I went to was Bloemfontein in terms of a stadium in the World Cup in South Africa, and I know, sorry, and you think it made Old Trafford seem spacious. Like all my shins and everything were.
But do you know what? That's one of the reasons
celebrating
why
a goal
I
that
actually
wasn't a
don't
goal.
want to move from Old Trafford for that. I like being packed in because when we score, it's fucking mint.
Don't you think now though that you've got this thing of like people making a point of like limbs everywhere and all that?
Yeah, and that's I've seen a lot of people saying about the beer and stuff, and having it by the problem is knobheads will just start throwing beer because they want
For the first few weeks, yeah, but I think it'd settle down because people would just get a grip.
No, they wouldn't.
Like,
no, they wouldn't.
I watched
no,
it.
You've met
because
other
it was
people,
Germany.
haven't you, Steve?
I have
No
met
one
other
gets
people.
a grip.
You're right.
Was you in the TRA the other night?
Say it at all the England fan parks. People
It's
just
just
kind of
people
waiting to
throwing
throw a beer. Get out, you fucking
It
dick.
kicked off near me the other night. It's funny because these lads in front of us were singing West Ham Give Us a Song, and this lad took offence, like near me, and was like, "Sort your fucking heads out! What are you singing that for?" And threw his beer at him. And then it all kicks off.
Yeah, like I watched Leipzig against Frankfurt at Leipzig.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the fucking stadium's called. What is the stadium called? It
Not the Red Bull
the
Arena.
Red Bull Arena.
It might be the Red Bull
Probably
Arena.
Red Bull Arena, right?
Red Bull gives you wings arena.
No free ads.
Yeah.
And they served Red Bull in the stand, which I thought was fun.
Oh, is that why
Yeah.
you went?
No comment.
That's why I got a season ticket. Even though I live there.
But what
Was
they
it
did
even
do,
a game on?
they did something that I thought was mint. Now
What?
every seat has got like a little hole in the back of it, like that, and you go, that's weird. And then you go and get a beer. You get the beer, and it's got like a pole kind of thing, but they all slot into like an ice cream cone sort of a handle.
Right.
And so you buy one beer. Nobody's buying one beer, Jay, or you might, or not. You can put all your other bits, so you can get like a hand of like 5 beers that are all into the one ice cream cone like that.
Yeah.
Superb. 10 beers a clock. And then you get to your seat and you go hunk like that, and they're hung off the seat in front of you.
That's really clever, that, isn't
It
it?
doesn't until someone in the TRA volleys it over 10 people in front of him.
Because we've just scored a goal against Yeovil.
He nearly knocked me out this year at the West Ham game.
That was my
Just
highlight. Not knocking you
shoulder.
out. Marcus Rashford's last minute winner. Come on.
That was it.
Yeah, it was just perfect, wasn't it? And I was gone. Do you know what I mean? Buzzing. Sorry, baggers. We've not had many. I celebrated.
nothing else.
This might sound sad, right?
I've
And
had
I
a
don't
fucking
care.
bad neck from like the lad who sits to my left. We'd scored a winner against City a while ago, and he jumped from that side of me, in between me and my dad, this side of me, and got me in a fucking headlock as he went kind of like down onto the row in front of me. My neck was fucked, and then it slowly travelled down my shoulder into my fucking thing, and over about 4 months, I'm like, I'm still in fucking pain here. Compo.
My mate, Craig Norwood, he went in Olympiacos, he went flying down the seats before kick-off in Athens.
Before kick-off.
And then me and Tom were just creasing ourselves, and he started kicking off with us for laughing at him. You know, when you've hurt yourself,
And then
everyone's just
didn't
laughing.
United lose that game? 2-1?
Yeah, we lost
We
2-0.
didn't just lose.
Yeah.
It was the worst fucking performance.
I
I've
think
ever
that's
ever
where
fucking
you
seen.
fell out of love with Ashley Young.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly that's where I fell out of love.
Yeah,
with
I knew it was. I knew it was. Do you know what I
Absolutely. See me
mean?
out. No look crosses to no cunt.
Oh, that was horrible, that game. They kept us in for ages as well, and none of the players acknowledged us, which I don't really care about, but it was a bit of a kick in the teeth. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just like, just get me home. Honestly, I've had enough. I wouldn't mind that win in the reverse fixture.
Oh.
Isn't that like our only
Our only knockout wins since.
Old Trafford since?
I think it is, yeah. It's our only knockout win at
In
Old
the
Trafford.
Champions League.
Champions League.
Since Fergie retired.
I know, it's
only been
something
a
worse than
decade.
that.
It's worse than that,
It's
innit?
something like
'Cause Real Madrid
2011,
beat us,
because
didn't it?
2013, it was Madrid.
Madrid beat us.
Beat us.
So in over a decade, that 3-0 win over Olympiacos.
only
2012 we got
Yeah,
knocked,
yeah.
2012 we got
Decades,
knocked out in the group.
Get some
because
patience.
of them Vidic games.
What do you want?
Seriously, how long do you reckon it'll be before we win the league again?
84 years.
84 years.
No,
out.
I don't know.
It's hard to say,
It
innit?
depends. It's all about. It's hard to vision these two at the minute dropping off enough for us to catch them quickly.
I get it, but
it
you would
can
have said
happen
that
really
about,
quickly.
I remember thinking Blackburn.
Jose's
were to
Chelsea.
stay.
And then he walks past Abramovich in one thing and he's like, that was a bit shit. And he's like, no, we don't like it. You can sack me. And then he sacked him. Like, that was 2008 season. Like,
Yeah, things can
It
happen.
only takes one player to go. I mean, Liverpool I think it's Van Dijk is one of them. It only takes them to go
piss hot.
Real Madrid. No, but even if Madrid just go, we want him now. And they decide that. And then, because you're not replacing him for a while.
Yeah, I think that Van Dijk or Salah for me for them lot.
I don't think Salah's that.
I don't
He's
know.
good,
His
but I don't think
numbers
he's
are
that important.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but you do it in Newcastle, play Mane, Diaz, and Jota, and it's not that bad.
I don't know, and it's not.
Here's the thing, you can get 96 points by playing everyone outside the top three, or beating everybody outside the top three, something like that.
Right.
Like, you don't have to be better than City and Liverpool.
Just not slip up.
You can get fucking 10-0 by them if you want, but if you fucking turn up against the other 34 teams in the league,
It's like City have a little bit of that about him, in the sense that, like, you go, the standout player is Van Dijk, or Salah's numbers are ridiculous. Whereas with City, even when De Bruyne was out for the season, they won the league. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they've got one player where you go, everyone was raving about Ruben Diaz, and then all of a sudden it's Laporte and Stones who are the defenders. It's like they haven't got a massive stand. Like Gabriel Jesus has been banging him in recently. And then it's Mahrez, then it's Sterling.
got no depth.
Yeah. They need to back Pep. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
The
guy's doing fucking miracles.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. They've had him over. They've sold him a dream.
You know how hard it is
You know what I
managing
mean?
22 world-class players.
Honestly,
Here's one
buying
for you,
players and then replacing him.
If
It's ridiculous.
Mbappe signs his new deal at PSG, which rumoured,
I know where you're going with this, but go on.
I don't think Haaland's going to City because I think Madrid we'll have him instead. Which
I
would be
think-
funny.
No, I think Ireland's had more backhanders than you can imagine, and he's going to drag his son to
Well,
the
there's a lot
Etihad.
of rumours, isn't there, that City don't just
Like-
pay you PAYE, but you've got an account in Switzerland
Yeah.
in your daughter's name.
Pep's
Millions
brother,
in it.
they gave a football club in Spain to. Do you know what I mean? They literally gave him a football club. Do you know what I mean? So I'll think Haaland, they'll probably give him something like, I don't know, Bezic.
I know, but he
Do
could
you know
go
what I
to
mean?
Madrid.
Well,
And
they'll
then,
spend more than 30 quid, Jay.
That's a good point, well
the thing is, if he goes to Madrid, they'd sell him on again in 5 years' time to sort of make a lot of money to us.
Well, there is a genuine thing, now about, like, what happens to Raiola's agency.
Yeah.
Does it still operate the Raiola way? It was a one-man agency. I know he had lawyers and staff working for him, but he was the agent.
But I don't think it's just a Raiola thing. I think you looked at all, even you've got Haaland, you've got Mbappe, who's not under Raiola, done the same thing. Kind of ran his contract down and gone, if you want me, you have to pay my agent 10 million quid, and you have to pay me an upfront thing. And the club here, you don't need to give them any money and then it's taken out of their hands. I think that's the way I think that's the way they've kind of gone. As a footballer, this is the best for you. Don't sign a contract where they can buy you, because there's no point you doing that. Run it down like Pogba is. You can choose wherever now and do whatever. And you're in a position now where
What if Pogba chooses Newcastle?
What if Papa signs a new deal?
he's going to stand for
Shut,
United
Jay.
for £500,000 a week.
Mate, stranger things have happened.
And Ten Hag going, what have you done that for?
Yeah.
I didn't like that report that I saw this morning. Like, United are preparing their targets, and Ten Hag will get the chance to prepare his own as well. And you're like, you fucking better.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, why don't we just let him decide his targets and we'll just stay out of it.
Like, Subway, have it your own way. No, you got to have it how Greg has it.
Little Yo-Yo says, best moments in this dire season, Ronaldo's goals versus Atlanta, Villarreal and De Gea's pen save versus West Ham. Do you know what? I'll just lead the Leeds games.
The Leeds games.
That's it. Do you know what I mean? It's
been-
just been shit on it.
Are Everton going down?
No, Leeds aren't going to be great fun.
I don't know, I don't know. What
I
do you
think
reckon?
Leeds go
Honestly,
down.
Leeds.
I think just
Leeds,
the way...
Watford and Norwich.
Because I think there's a
obviously.
little bit of... The Everton fans have got a little bit of positivity in it. Leeds fans hate the new manager, hate the owners. They're full on what's going on here. And I think the manager's gone, yeah, sounds right. And I think that Burnley have somehow figured it out. Don't know how that worked out, but they did. They look like they're
How
going
do
to
you get rid of Sean Dyche?
They
don't
actually,
know.
though, have you seen their situation with these finances as well? If they get relegated, they're in deep trouble because of like this takeover they've had that's put them in a load of debt now. They've put them in problems. There's an article, I think it's in Athletic or someone that suggests you go and have a look for it. And that's why they panicked.
Don't tell me what to do.
All right. Because a lot of people, myself included, thought even if they get relegated, they'll stick with Dyche. And it was like, nah, that ain't even an option for them because they're relying on parachute payments, apparently.
Where's he going next?
Dyche, United, isn't it? I mean, it's 15th or whatever.
Ten Hag doesn't work out.
Until I
Bring in
get
Big
sacked
Sean.
next Christmas. And we're up against Fulham for that relegation 6-pointer. We lose it.
Did we talk a little bit
Go
about
big-
Jesse Lingard?
Oh, well, I think
Quickly?
we've run out of time.
Have we? All right.
I'd say one good thing about Jesse Lingard is he scored a goal in the FA Cup final, scored a goal in the League Cup final. He's been here since he was a kid. He always, for a spell, he was one of our better players and he always gave his all. Turned the Emirates into his little dance floor and rattled all the Arsenal fans in the club where they were tweeting about it and all sorts of nonsense. it went sour. He's not had a good spell of it, but I honestly wish him well. I do.
Yeah, of course.
That's my opinion on Jesse Lingard. I haven't got any animosity towards Jesse. He's given me some good memories. Probably not quite at the level we hoped he would be, but such is life. He moves on. Good luck to him. Fair play to him. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it was a mistake him staying.
Yeah.
When he had options and offers, he should have took them. On the back of the sensational performance he had at West Ham on loan, I think he would have. I think that 6 month, the transformation, he went from being probably fucking free, you can have him, to being, you're going to have to give us 30, 40 million for him, I think, on the back of that performance. The decision to stay, anyone could have told you he wasn't going to get used. If he let you go on loan, he's not going to fucking use you. He's like, that's the manager's thoughts. And then whatever the fuck happened this year is just chaos. But he should have gone. He should have gone when he had the opportunity because his stock had never been higher.
No,
he proved he could play week in, week out. He proved he could perform. He was the most informed Premier League fucking player in 6 months. Yeah. If he'd have moved on then, even if he'd have gone West Ham, like he'd have done bits. And he probably could have gone abroad. He probably would have had more offers and options than anywhere else. And it was a mistake to keep him. It has gone a bit sour by the looks of things. I'm not sure he's doing the amount of leaking people think he is just because he had a conversation with Paul Scholes. I think you lot would be amazed at how much the current players, especially academy players, talk to ex-pros. They've worked with them. They know them. They've looked up to them their entire life. These are people that they turn to for advice. And this happens, honestly, hundreds of times a day, I would say, across all clubs, not just United, but all clubs. Players are asking for advice. It's a weird life as a player. Every fucker you've ever met has got an opinion on you. You've got all your family hoping for your success and often living off your success. It's a really weird fucking position for players. So the only people that they really trust to talk to them is ex-players that have been at that club, that have come through that club. So the likes of Scholes, Gary Neville, probably not Beckham because he's just not going to be someone that gives any advice out, I don't think, because it'll all be positive and everyone's great. But I think Paul Scholes and Gary Neville, you'd get real, and Nicky Butt, I think you'd get real advice from and proper advice. And if they say, I think this family member's not doing you any good, they tell them. I think if they say, you probably are getting rinsed there by this club with that contract offer, they tell them. And I think if they said you probably should go elsewhere, they tell them. And I think don't take Paul Scholes talking to an academy player at Manchester United as a negative. Take it as Paul Scholes has got a relationship with far more fucking players than you will ever believe at this football club, current and academy.
That makes sense to me now. And it goes on like, do you remember when the whole Jack Wilshere thing years ago, when he had a bit of a row with him, he slagged him off Jack Wilshere reached out to him, he got his number from Gary Neville and spoke to him. And players do talk to you. That's someone who's got nothing to do with United. But do you know what I mean? You can imagine younger players talking to older pros and stuff about all sorts. So, yeah, I think Jesse's always been someone who's easy for certain people to hate on, to criticise. And I agree with you about the West Ham thing. I just think it's poor management by Manchester United. There's reports believe that Ollie said he had a future at United and then didn't have anything to do with him. Or, didn't know what to do with him, sorry. It's just stupid. And then up to the point of, even in January, you can still get money from him off Newcastle.
I mean, who's his agents? Has he even got an agent, or is it family?
I think it might be family. But then even in January, we're still trying to get more money out of Newcastle for him. Just get him off the books.
I think scenarios went
against
him there. I think if other things hadn't happened. Yeah, that one. I think that's I think he would have probably gone then if.
But even after that, he's what does he get? Cameos?
I know, but I think it was more. I think it was more the case of if we have an injury here.
Also,
Rashford and Elanga,
and also really Cavani just disappeared, didn't he? I know it's a different type of player, but it's another attacking player. So yeah, I do feel a little bit of Jesse, and like I say, I wish him well. Yeah. Daniel Kirks, before we go, says, "Hi guys, hopefully we see Garnacho tomorrow with Marcus out. What are your thoughts?"
Not going to happen.
Not
with the Youth Cup final on Wednesday.
I would want it to happen as well. On Hannibal's story, I loved it when he clapped the Scouts. Did you see that, Steve? Ralph,
if that's true, my opinion of Ralph is doing a bit of a left turn because I think Hannibal gave all of us as fans a bit of a lift with what he did when he came on. Unless there was something. Here's what's odd sometimes, and I've seen players be given instructions, know that player has been given instructions, top flight, heard the crowd moaning at the player doing what the manager's asked him to do, and then being aware of the feedback that player's gone, like, fucking hell, Joe, the crowd, and he's like, fuck the crowd, you did what I wanted you to do. And I don't necessarily think it'll be what we're all gravitating to, like he ran around and booted people and stuff like that. There was probably some sort of fucking positional thing that he didn't take up, or maybe a man marking thing. There'll be something really fucking specific that we probably haven't picked up on. He probably wasn't doing, and that's what he's seen his arse with. Because I think the passion and the fucking confidence and the aggression that he showed, I can't imagine.
It might have been. I mean, it was Harry Maguire's fault because he stitched him up with a pass, but it might have been that fourth goal because he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been the one dropping in there. He should have been.
Maybe
and
he was
also
final third.
let it go out. You know, little things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the thing that he's unhappy about.
I think it's too
reports
obvious to be like it was this that he did. You don't know
And
unless
it might have
Ralph
just
says
been-
this is what he did.
It might have been, we need you the next couple of weeks. You're going to play. Don't get sent off. You know, so there is the point of we loved it, but if he's been told, look, you've seen how they're playing, you're going to play a bit. Don't do anything stupid.
He might have just gone and said, "Go on, I want to see you go and fucking make 10 link passes and pass move, keep the ball moving, and just have the ball in and around that area because I'm looking at you for in the next week." And he's come on, just launched people and fucking done what he wanted. And if that's what's happened and that's what the scenario was, then you can understand Ralph moaning at him. But on the face of things, why has that come out?
It's not great, is it, at the minute? I think we just need to get this season over with. Get it in the bin.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
Move
the
on.
best thing we could do is boycott, just expunge and just fucking cancel the last 3 seasons.
It's only
3?
fair.
Yeah.
That's not
I would have said 5. But you make a good point.
Yeah.
Alex Baguley, where can people find you?
Baggers_Alex on Twitter, where I just tell Patterson to get some mates every day.
He
That's
does, doesn't he? I've calmed down on Patterson recently. I've been quite nice to him. Stop calling him the C word.
Why?
Because
You've not seen him around here,
Because you got banned off Twitter.
I got banned off Twitter and I had to get back on there. And then, I'm going to pick it up, though. Don't worry. I've not forgotten about him completely. Go and check out Alex Bagley. What have you got coming up?
Preview, another short one, funnily enough, in the morning. And I'll tell you why we were playing 4-2-2 tomorrow.
And are we going to get your reaction after the game tomorrow?
Depends if we win.
No, it's not pending we win. Hoping that. Also, we've got a members video out. If you've not checked out the members section, go and check it out. We've got a members video out shortly.
There's a rumour that it's Joe shaving his balls.
That's
Not
a
yet.
special members video. I'd take a look
Is that
at
in the top tier?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. I'd take a look at Erik Ten Hag and also United managers, the way they've dealt with the
You
press.
watching Ten Hag shave his balls?
I wish. I'd shave him for him, that beautiful bald man. No, you see, it's the 20th anniversary of when Sir Alex Ferguson said that all the press are fucking idiots.
I started listening to the audio of that this morning,
Yeah.
and then someone rang me, and then I didn't get a chance to finish what I was doing.
Yeah, it's meant. So I've took a look at different managers. We've had sort of Fergie onwards to Ralph Rangnick, how they've handled the press and whether Erik Ten Hag can learn something or not from that. So go and check that out in the member section you're not doing. Make sure as well you're subscribing to the channel. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.